Okay, we are doing an Alpha Edge technical look ahead Thursday, the 20th. Welcome to this recording. As I was talking about with the guys, we're going to get around to oil in a second, but the geopolitical risk here is the potential invasion of Lebanon by Israel, and that is very much sort of keeping us a little bit. One of the reasons why we're elevated on oil. Anyway, I'm going to go around the houses here. Let's look at the dollar. We're going to look at the dollar. We're going to look at Nasdaq and SPOOs and gold and oil. So I mean, let's get to it here. And we have about 15 minutes. So this is going to be short and sweet, like a donkey's gallop, as my mother would say. All right. So here we go. We are imbalanced above QPVAH and YPVAH here. All right. Be aware of this. Okay. So any pullbacks into YPVAH, like down into here, will be bought back up. See, we were looking for that to happen there on Monday. Didn't quite get that, but nonetheless, little soft auctioning after that. Any risk that will push us down into here, I think, with equities so high, I think, if there's a macro event, it'll be a dip and it'll be a drive. So be aware of that. That's the big trade here on dollar at the moment, okay? But nonetheless, because it's imbalanced up, this will continue to print this direction and not this direction. All right, so that's half the battle done there. Let's then scoot over to the Nasdaq Tech. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm getting a nosebleed looking at this chart, man. So there's Q plus 2. Actually, just before I update that Q plus 2, let's see how it traded. It actually sharked the last time. Don't see any relevant trade on that. I'm just not going to bother tracking it. I can't do anything with this with a market up here like this. I just can't. I just cannot do it. I mean, I'd be scalping like a long off the 50 EMA. We were looking for that on Monday. That was our trade. That was a scalp. Let's see. It was sorry. Here we are. Thursday holiday. Tuesday. We were in here. Yeah. So this was the 50 EMA contact. Flushed out. Probably stopped out a lot of people, and then it lifted anyway, right? So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Life is tough if you're a Nasdaq trader. Manual point and click Nasdaq trader. There are easier ways to. Well, there are more fun ways to lose money. All right, a pullback here after the 100 EMA on the SPOOs. I think that will be bought on a first touch. Obviously, I don't really care about the PVAH from trade yesterday. As you can see, it's extremely tight. I would love a pullback onto the weekly VWAP in a hurry, like if it comes down on here in a hurry, and then just buy that. I can't really do anything with the Y plus 2. I'm not going to bother tracking that anymore. Equities are on just an animalistic tear to the upside. Look at this chart. Look at this chart. The rubber band is stretched here, guys. It's absolutely stretched to shit here. Y 1.5, we could probably look at that. Just keep a note here of the trend from these highs and then the break. Now we have rolled the contract, and that's why there's a gap here. But if you get a contact back onto here, I wouldn't be afraid of looking for a long. I 100% don't think that's coming. Unfortunately, one was it 1.5. But nonetheless, we will live in hope. A contact with the 2, I wouldn't trust that really as far as I could throw a contract of the S&P 500. But it is confident with the Y plus 1, so we will actually track that Y plus 2. Boom, and that's really, let's see, on the 30-minute, I think I'd rather look for something like of a pullback into there. You could probably scalp something off the 100, but I wouldn't stay in it forever. So really, this is my guidance for now. It's down there. We got 11 minutes for data here. I'm not going to cover the Dow. Don't have time. Gold. Let's see. Gold. Yeah, you can see here the scalp thing we did on the sim. Nice payout the following day had we have stayed in that, but it just was not one for holding over the weekend. Bids off of this trend. However, we're still having a problem at the Y plus 1, and this really says to me that equities are going to need to have that turn down event before we kind of really go for it now. But we are trapped inside of DVAH, dynamic value area high, i.e. +1 on your respective period VWAP, and this is Y VWAP, yearly VWAP. So looking for this. However, you can go broke trying to hold that trade right now. You can absolutely go broke. It's imbalanced up on the week, right? So, no trade at the moment. At the moment, anyway. And then oil. 10 minutes for data. Oil. Yeah. So we came up as we were talking about. We were going to hit that QVWAP. We didn't actually hit it there on Sunday, Monday. Looks. Let me just look on the 30 minutes here. When did we hit that? Oh, it's Tuesday at 4. Yeah. Okay. Tuesday at 4, and rejected down just off of this level here, which happened to be the low of the 21st of April. And then it looks like there was a very slight rejection back down and then closed over that on the Tuesday. So nice trading there for oil. As you can see, a bit of a doji there yesterday. It's very strong. It's holding above Q VWAP. There is a sort of a make or break line here with the Q VWAP and the 80 spot 70s. I'd let this thing kind of go for maybe a push up to the 8150s, and then reject, and then see if we can buy this area from a bit more acceptance above the Q VWAP, and then like buy something down into here like 8070s Q VWAP, maybe weekly VWAP, and back up. But we're on Thursday. We've only got one more week to really trade on this weekly situation. Monthly high. Back down here with QPVAH, pretty much. I think if we see that, I think you'd have to be buyer. You'd have to be buyer, wouldn't you? And then you probably get, that could be basically kind of like a condition shift retest, a retest, and then go on the Q sort of a thing, right? And that would be the swing trade. Looking at this on the yearly to really see if we can see what else is going on. Yeah, it's just more wide ranging on this yearly VWAP situation, to be fair now. So given that we came from pretty much a negative 1.5, why not go to plus 1.5? That's what I would be saying here if I was, YOLO along this thing from anywhere here. So, but that's not tradable right now. That's just not tradable. You need to pull back like this to get on that long, right? So that's why I like that area today on oil. All right, that is it. 8 minutes for data. Please buckle up your seatbelts, and we're going to get initial jobless.